All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my YouTube channel to give you guys an update of what happened to my first class lost baggages claim ongoing for so long. It's literally been almost 6 weeks, and I believe we've come to a resolution, and I want to give you guys the story and an update of how far it's gone and the ins and outs and everything like that. I'm not going to tell you about how I feel about it. I'm just going to tell you the details and the facts, and you can take it as you wish. It's completely up to you. So, on the 29th of April, when I touched down at Dubai Airport at 1 a.m., I believe it was, I flew as a first-class passenger direct Bangkok to Dubai. Fantastic experience, as I went through a full trip in the last video of the Emirates on my YouTube channel. You guys can go and watch that. I'm not going to explain that any further. It was amazing. It was really amazing. First class, Emirates, Bangkok to Dubai, really, really incredible experience. But when I arrived at Dubai Airport, I was waiting around the baggage area. I've never had this happen before, and my bags didn't come. I thought, that's strange. So obviously I went to the baggage claims office, and they had no idea what they were doing. And it turns out that someone had taken my bags. Like, how dumb can you be, right? Someone had taken my bags off the belt and just left the airport. Don't worry, Mr. Nick, it will return. I'll deliver it straight to you, bloody, bloody, blah. They gave me $150 cash and a pair of pajamas. And actually, they also gave me this Emirates polo shirt. And that's why I'm wearing it now. It's not something I'd genuinely wear. And that's why I got it flared up, you know. Bit of this, bit of that, whatever it is. And so I obviously put that in, lodged a complaint. And then you'll see, you know, in the last video, but I went through it where I literally had zero correspondence from them for 5 days over my trip. And on the last day I was in Dubai, oh, Nick, we've located your luggage and we're going to deliver it to you. Please wait in your room for the next 24 hours and we'll hope that you're home. I just said, don't worry, I'll pick it up when I come to the airport tomorrow. So I was 5 days in Dubai without my luggage as a first-class passenger. To me, that's completely unacceptable. I constantly contacted them every day. Couldn't get an answer, was constantly moved, go to this person, that person, we'll put you through to that person, and long behold, absolutely nothing happened. They were just sort of, I don't know, stringing me along because they had no idea. And so what happened was then I ended up with a massive loss of income because I'm supposed to be in Dubai shooting content for my 3 businesses that I have, of which I've sort of calculated that I believe I've lost between 15 and 20 grand because I couldn't shoot the content that I wanted to. That's USD. And so that's quite a hefty amount that I've had to swallow because one of the things was, when I was sort of following up on this compensation and complaint kind of thing via the emails, they were saying, one of the guys said, well, you could have gone out and bought everything you needed and then just billed us for it. I said, I asked you that question constantly, of which I never got a response for. So it was kind of like a day-to-day thing. Do I need this? Do I need that? Do I need this? Not knowing if my stuff was ever going to come. And obviously my stuff is super well off and expensive. I'm not saying I had Rolexes in the bag, but my stuff was like suits and good shoes and all this sort of stuff because I am the face of my brand. That's how I sell. That's how I make my living. That's how I make my income. And so I wasn't able to do that. And I didn't know if my stuff was going to come or I should go out and buy new stuff and all that. It was just, they go in zero correspondence. And I constantly contacted them in regards to this. But anyway, so I get an email last week. And mind you, this was on the 29th I first lodged it. My email was on the 22nd of the 5th. So, about 3.5 weeks later, which they've just completely now cut off contact to me because I followed them up on the email. And I'll read through the email of what it says. And I've gone back to it saying, whatever else has been said. And then, Anyway, I'll read through it. Dear Mr. Edgerton, this email is in connection with your baggage reference, blah, blah, blah. I note that you already received $150 USD from our Dubai airport baggage team. Our operating policy permits us to offer first-class passengers delayed baggage compensation of up to $150 per day for a maximum of 3 days. This compensation is to assist with the purchase of the essential items of immediate need. Therefore, we're in a position to be offering you the remaining amount of $300 USD for the delay of baggage. I also welcome the opportunity to restore your faith in Emirates. As such, I'm pleased to offer you 20,000 Skywards miles points, which will reflect in your account shortly. of which I then went back to them and I said, I was offered, hang on, it's loading. I was offered $450 cash from your airport staff when I collected my own bags after 5 days of not having them, which I was advised to decline by your staff and go down this path of further compensation due to loss of earnings and being a first-class passenger. Now you're offering me $300 and 20k miles. Please be reasonable, as your last staff on the phone a few days ago even told me that the right thing was to decline the $450 and ask for further compensation due to loss of earnings and being kept in the dark. I've asked this question, next question, a lot of the times, and I've just got nothing. Was I supposed to go out and buy the equivalent amount of my bag's worth and bill you for that? No answer. Can we please follow this up a week later? No answer. Is this just going to be ignored now, today? No answer. So they have put 20,000 miles on my thing, which I think is worth about maybe $100, maybe $120. I could be wrong, but it's not a hell of a lot. It doesn't really matter how I feel about this. I'm just sort of keeping you guys updated. Now, the Emirates experience of a first-class passenger is second to none. Going through the airport, priority, lounges, onboard experience, flight, everything about it is sensational, over and above, really. The staff, fantastic, everything, just awesome. Now, their online communication is some of the worst I've ever come across. Now, I've had to call up Indian call centers before, and I've got better resolutions from them. They constantly palm you off. They don't answer anything you have to say. They just keep stringing you along. They don't reply to things. When they want you to reply, you have to go through their website. Everything has to be in lowercase. You cannot use full stops, commas, hyphens, numbers, anything. So when you're typing, you have to type like you sound like you're completely incompetent. Of which then I rang them up and I said, hey, I can't send through this and I'm going to sound stupid and things like that. Don't worry, just email this email directly. So I emailed that email directly, and I obviously explained to the guy on the phone what my situation was. He said, yep, right thing to do was to decline the $450 as advised by 2 of Emirates staff and go down a further route for further compensation based on your case. I have never been unreasonable about this. I've never been emotional. And so it's just, I'm just going through and trying to figure out what's what. I don't know what I'm asking for, but I just like a bit more than just 450 due to my loss of earnings. I'm not telling them to pay me out 15 grand, but do a little bit better. That's all I'm asking for. And so again, they offer me 450. They tell me to decline that. So then I did. And then I went down the route of the emails as I did, back and forth, as you guys have seen. And then Then obviously I got that saying $300 when they said to decline $450. And then so it's just super inconsistent. So no matter who you talk to on a different day at a different department, you're going to get a different answer. But now they've just completely blanked me. They've paid me out the 20,000 miles and they're just waiting for me to claim that $300 and no other correspondence has been had. So I believe that is where it's at. You can take it as you want. Probably quite a few of you will be sitting there, oh, it doesn't matter if you're first class. Actually, life isn't fair. It absolutely does if you're first class. And you'll only know that if you do end up making enough money to go on and be a first class passenger. So, you know, it's like, I don't mean to sound like a dick. I'm just giving you the harsh reality of that's the way situations are. If I was an economy passenger, I would be absolutely thrilled with what they're offering. But as a first class passenger, I do expect better. And, you know, I don't know what happened to my bags. They wouldn't tell me. I don't know if it was taken back to Dubai airport on the last day or the first day and they just forgot about it. I have no idea. But there's just been kept in the dark the whole time, and I'm just giving you guys a raw and honest update of what's happened. And so this is the final cut, I guess, unless something else drastic happens from Emirates and they sort of put their hand up. And maybe, it depends who you deal with. If you deal with someone, they're just like, this is what you get. If you deal with someone, no, don't accept that, do this. Like, they're constantly like contradicting each other. Like, get some consistency, guys. Your online stuff, I get it for economy passengers, whatever. But if you've got a first class passenger, you expect better correspondence. You'd almost expect like a case officer. You know what I mean? So their online correspondence, I will say, is a 0 out of 10. I've had to I've dealt, more clearer with call centers about something in another country from an Indian call center, and they've been much better than Emirates online, for example. But again, in person, everything they do, their experience is an absolute 10 out of 10. Their online correspondence, I give it a 0 out of 10. Will I fly with Emirates again? I don't know. That's the answer. Because there's Etihad and Qatar, of whom are direct competitors to them. I mean, I've got a lot of traveling coming up in the next sort of 5-10 years of my life, and it's going to be a lot of business class, a lot of first class, and all that sort of stuff. But they've pretty much just left a bad taste in my mouth, if I'm being honest. And so, I don't know. Qatar or Etihad, I'll be trying next. If Emirates were good with this whole side of things and sort of just took it on the chin, yep, we're going to do this for you. I don't know. Again, I don't know what they offer or what they want. I don't think what they've offered is very good. I think their correspondence has been poor, especially for a first-class passenger. Yes, it does matter if you are first class or economy. It makes a big difference. So, yeah, that's really my recap of everything. So I guess I just have to swallow the $300 and move on with my life. But I'll probably be going to Etihad or Qatar when I need to travel over that side of the world, which will be coming up. But I will tell you, my favorite airline so far in all of the classes, economy, business, and first, Thai Airways is the one. And I'm not just saying being biased because I live in Thailand. Thai Airways is the best airline I've ever flown. Everything about it, their competency, their friendliness of staff, their helpfulness, everything about Thai Airways for me is absolutely phenomenal. So I don't want to harp on too much about that, but that's where I'll be spending my, if I can, Thai Airways, that's where I'll be spending most of my travel money, let's say, when I have to go for work and all sorts of stuff. So that'll be the end of this video. Thanks for watching along. If you didn't watch part 1, that's not me sitting here to camera. That's me in action and everything that happened and doing on the flight review, and then telling you everything that happened and going through Dubai and all that sort of stuff. So watch part 1 and part 2 will make a hell of a lot more sense. Thanks for coming along. See you guys soon.